Welcome back to Teshkid FX for another price prediction update, and in this video I'll be giving you a price prediction update on Polygon Matic, whose current price stands at the $0.9367 mark, and here on TradingView the market is up by 2.07%. and in this video I want to give you the key scenarios that we expect to play out, basing my analysis on the Elliot waves and the Fibonacci's, and also the key areas of support and resistances, and also draw out any key chart patterns that you have information on this chart. And today we have seen a very nice breakout here on the Polygon Matic chart, and that is what I want to analyze in this video. And I'll kickstart the video by giving a brief of what has been happening on this chart. Polygon Matic from the all-time high has been seeing no prices in this massive ABC corrective movement, which has now taken us back to around the $0.32 mark, and having done so I believe it has done the minimum that we expected it to do in its ABC corrective movement, and very soon we are going to see a very nice bounce to the upper side, obeying this Elliot wave structure, having a wave 5 taking us back to an all-time high. But before we get to an all-time high, we first need to see a first wave to the upper side information on this chart, and I believe that is what is playing out here on the Polygon Matic chart. And if I jump to the 4-hour chart so that we can see this better, here on the 4-hour chart you can see I have this fractal wave within a wave 1, which is in yellow, where I believe we are in the formation of a fifth wave to the upper side. And once you complete that, the formation of that fifth wave to the upper side, that will be completing that higher Elliot wave count 1, and just getting a little bit into the details of the formation of that fractal wave so that it can also give us the key scenarios that we expect to play out. After making our low down there, we saw a very nice bounce to the upper side, making the high for that first wave, then saw a very nice retracement to the lower side in the formation of a wave 2, then continued pushing higher in the formation of a third wave, making our high for that wave 3 at around the $1.06 mark. And after seeing the high for that third wave, we have been seeing a very nice retracement over here in the formation of a wave 4, which is a corrective wave. And getting a little bit into the details of the formation of this fourth wave so that it can give us the key scenarios that we expect to play out. A wave 4 is a retracement of the third wave, so using the Fibonacci's, connecting them from the low of that wave 3 to the high of the wave 3, that gives me a minimum retracement area to the lower side in the formation of that fourth wave between the fib level 0.382 and the fib level 0.618, and I can mark that target area here on the charts like that. And that target area lies between the $0.81 mark and the $0.662 mark, and you can see that Polygon Matic has continued to respect that movement to the lower side. We have retraced into that target area and made our low for that fourth wave at around the $0.69 mark, which is within this target area that I have drawn here on this chart. And because a fourth wave is a corrective wave, I also expected to see a corrective movement play out here on the Polygon Matic chart, and I believe we are seeing such a movement, having this as the wave A, then a wave B making our high at around the $0.94 mark. Then we continued pushing lower in the formation of a wave C, making our low at around the $0.69 mark, which is within that target area. And after seeing that low, we have been seeing a very nice bounce to the upper side, managing to even break out of key chart patterns that we have information right here. And I believe we are in the formation of a fifth wave to the upper side. And because our wave 5 is an impulsive wave, I also expect to see fractal waves in formation within that fifth wave to the upper side. And before I get to the key scenarios that I expect to play out basing it on the Elliot wave structures, I want to start by giving you the scenarios that can play out basing it on the chart patterns that we have information right here. You can see that we have this channel that we have been trading within, and I have highlighted that channel here in yellow, and you can see that we managed to break out of the channel to the upper side right here in this movement over here. And as we try to have a retest of that key area on the channel, the retest was not a success, and we got into the channel once more, but at around the $0.69 mark, which is a key area of support and is within the channel, we found support, and now we are seeing a very nice bounce to the upper side. We managed to break out of the channel once more, and after the breakout we even saw a retest of the upper side of the channel, and after the retest we have continued pushing higher, and that is very positive to see here on the Polygon Matic chart. And there is a possibility that that movement to the upper side is taking us back to around the $0.95 mark, which is a key area of resistance. Managed to break above that key area of resistance and even have a successful retest of that key area of resistance. We also have another chart pattern which is a channel also, and if I draw it out, we can have this as the upper side of the channel, having more than 3 touch points like that. then the lower side of the channel is right there, and I can extend it like that, and you can see that Polygon Matic has continued to respect this channel, giving us more than 3 touch points. And we have also seen a breakout out of this channel to the upper side in this movement right here. The breakout was at around the $0.9 mark, and you have continued pushing higher, and that gives me the short-term scenarios that can play out here on the Polygon Matic chart. There's a possibility we are going to continue pushing higher, get back to around the $0.95 mark. That key area of resistance, manage to break above it, and also have a retest of that key area of resistance before we continue pushing even higher. And once that plays out, that will be obeying the Elliot wave structures that I have here on this chart. And since we are in the formation of a fifth wave to the upper side, which is an impulsive wave, we expect to see fractal waves in formation, and I believe we are seeing such a movement here on the Polygon Matic chart. And if I draw out that Elliot wave structure, we can have that as the first wave to the upper side, then a wave 2, then a wave 3, then I'm expecting a wave 4, and then continue pushing higher in the formation of a wave 5 to complete this higher Elliot wave count 1. And if I get a little bit into the details of the formation of this fractal wave over here, after seeing the high for that wave 1, we saw a very nice retracement to the lower side in the formation of a wave 2, and using the Fibonacci's, we can get to see whether that wave 2 has done the minimum that we expect a wave 2 to do by connecting the fibs from the low of the wave 1 to the high of that wave 1, and the minimum retracement area is between the fib level 0.382 and the fib level 0.618, and you can see we retraced into that target area, making our low at the fib level 0.78 fib level, and that perfectly lies at a key area of support at around the $0.72 mark. Then we saw a very nice bounce to the upper side in this movement that we are in at the moment, and once we manage to break out of that key area of resistance at around the $0.95 mark, I'm expecting us to make a high for that wave 3. And to sketch out a target area for that third wave to the upper side, we can use the trend based Fibonacci, connecting it from the low of the wave 1 to the high of that wave 1, then dragging the fibs to the low of the wave 2, and that gives me a minimum target area to the upper side at around the fib level 1.618, and that is at around the $0.98 mark. So there is a possibility of Polygon Matic getting back to around the $0.98 mark, or maybe above the dollar mark in the formation of that wave 3, then expect a wave 4 and then a wave 5 to complete that higher Elliot wave count 1. So for me, I'm a bit bullish here on the Polygon Matic chart since we're in the formation of that third wave, and my target area is at around the $0.98 mark, and from there we can expect a bit of a corrective movement before we continue pushing higher in the formation of a wave 5. And also zooming in so that I can also give you a target area for this higher Elliot wave count 1 that we have right here using the trend based Fibonacci. I just need to connect it from the low of the wave 1 to the high of that wave 1, then drag the fibs to the high of the wave 3, and that gives me a minimum target area back to around the fib level 0.618, and that is at around the $1.254 mark. So that is the minimum that I would expect that first wave to the upper side to do. Then also taking a look at the indicators to see what movements will be supported here on the 4-hour RSI. On the 4-hour RSI, we are trading at around the 72 mark, meaning we have a bit of room for us to support any movements to the upper side because we have gotten into the overbought region, and that would mean we have massive room for us to support any movement to the lower side. So in case we see any bearish movement, that movement will be supported on the RSI. Also taking a look at the MACD, here on the MACD we have printed a bullish cross, and that means higher prices are coming our way. So let's be patient and see how that plays out, and I'll keep you updated.